Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I have demonstrated how you can use the conditions while executing your playbook or your task on the remote server. In this video, I am going to tell you about what the handlers are and how you can use the handlers in your playbook or the task to start or notify a service. So Ansible modules are designed to be idempotent. This means that in a properly written playbook, the playbook and its task can be run multiple times without changing the managed host, unless they need to make a change in order to get the managed host to desired state. However, sometime when a task does make a change to the system, a further task may need to be run. For example, a change to a service configuration file may then require that the service be reloaded so that the change configuration take effects. You have seen that like for example, I have a one playbook which has this sequence: install the Apache HTTPD, start the Apache HTTPD service, then create index.html, and maybe you have written another task to create your own httpd.conf, and you are copying that file from your control node to the destination, but already your service has been started. So you need to write your another module again, to restart the service, not start the service, restart the service. So if you have such kind of task in your playbook again and again, so why you want to use the service module to start again and again? You can put the notify keyword and notify through some other tasks that will do the job on behalf of you. So this is the example of like handlers. So handlers are the tasks that respond to the notification triggered by the other task. For example, you are copying your httpd.conf file to the remote server and you want to restart the Apache HTTPD service. So what you can do, you can put the notify trigger to this task. This task has the job to restart your Apache HTTPD. So you can put the trigger notification. Each handler has a globally unique name. So remember that handlers are not the part of your task. They will be a global and they will have the global name. So one name cannot use further. And it is triggered at the end of the block of the task in the playbook. So as I mentioned to you, the handlers are the global, which is not the part of your tasks. So once your task has been executed, then finally your handlers are going to be run. If no task notify the handler by name, it will not run. For example, you have mentioned your handler inside the playbook, but you have not configured any trigger in your task to notify that handler to do the work. So handler will not run. If one or more tasks notify the handler, it will run exactly once. Remember that. If you have the multiple task which is going to ask to restart the service of Apache HTTPD multiple times, and that notification is coming to the handler, but handler will run the service or the task for you only once, right after all other tasks in the play have completed. It means the handler will always run once. Doesn't matter the n number of tasks is notifying to the handler, and they will be run in the end, because handlers are tasks and administrator can use the same module in the handler that they would for any other tasks. So normally handlers are used to reboot, host and restart the services. Remember that this is the most important line. If the task notifies the handler by name, it will not run. Remember that. If no task notify. And another important line is, if one or more tasks notify the handler, it will run exactly once, and after all other tasks in the play have completed, and they will be run after all the tasks. So I will say in the end of the playbook. This is, for example, here this is the example of your handler. So here you have defined your task to copy this file from this location to this location on the remote server, and you are pointing notify to this handler, and you have defined this handler name here, and you have called the service module, and you are saying to restart your this service. So if you have multiple tasks here and every task is notifying to the handler, this handler will run only once after all the task execution is completed. Let's see the demo. Okay, this is the particular example I would like to show you. So let me copy this one. Let me go back from here, mkdir. I'm just creating a demo dash handlers, and I need to copy my ansible.cfg and inventory file into this location. Go to this, and here I'm just creating a one file is called but the file name is my.cnf. So it's a my.cnf, and here I'm just putting the comment here, managed by Ansible. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is the one example which I am going to use here. So here I am creating a one file name is called configure.db.yaml. so like vim configure_db.yaml, and in this particular file I am just specifying my tasks. For example, dash name, it is going to install the MariaDB server. So install database, or I can put here MariaDB server. Hosts will be on db_servers, for example. Then I am defining the variables here, then db_packages, one is MariaDB dash server, another is called MySQL dash Python. Let me check it here, the package is available or not. MySQL dash Python, yes, it's available. So these two packages I'm going to install here. Then I'm defining another variable is db_service is called MariaDB, then source_file, I am pointing this file demo, which is handlers, this file mycnf, this file I am going to copy, dst file, where I want to copy that in my /etc my.cnf location, right? This is the thing. Let me define tasks. So first task is install, I can put here db packages. Okay, then yum name, so I need to call here the item, remember that, because I don't want to call this module again and again. And here state, I would like to use here present, and go back little bit and put here loop, and loop will be installing these packages. Okay, and here I'm saying please notify. Once you install these packages, you need to notify the handler to restart the service. So I'm putting here notify. So notify is a keyword to notify the handler name. So this is the handler name, start underscore db underscore service, for example. Okay, this once is done. Now go back and creating the another app. Now this time I want to copy this particular file. So now copy my.cnf, for example, file to db servers. So I'm using here copy module, then source. So this will be my src file, and dest will be this location, right? I would like to make sure that the owner will be MySQL for this particular file. Group will be MySQL, because you can check it here, ls-l. This file is owned by the root user. You can see root. So I'm putting here. So I need to make sure that there is a MySQL user. Yeah, this one. So I'm saying this file will be owned by the MySQL, and group will be MySQL. And if the file is available, so what you need to do, force. Yes, please overwrite it. Once you overwrite the file, you also need to restart the service. So what you need to do, go back little bit and put here notify same handler name, this one, this, right? But this is for start, so this time I would like to use restart. Okay, this is the restart. Okay, so one is for start and one is for restart. Okay, and further I would like to define the handlers. So as I mentioned to you, handlers are not the part of the task. So go back. Here you can define your handlers. Remember that the handler should be in the task structure, not inside the task hierarchy, outside of the task. Handlers. So here the name, first name is this, then service name is MySQL. No, not the MySQL. Service name is called this DB service, and state is called started. Okay, enabled is true. Go back, and another handler you need to define with the name of this. Then here you need to call your service module. Name will be same, this DB. Okay, and state will be restarted. Okay, this. Now okay, so there is also, like, you can put here multiple handler name, like you can put here set underscore my, or I can use here db underscore password, but you have to also define that handler here also. So if you want to point the multiple, you can do that one. So what I want to do by default, you know, when your MySQL or MariaDB is installed on your system, by default everybody can access the MySQL database. So what I want to do, I want to like put the root password, something which is secure. So what you can do, there is a module, his name is called mysql underscore user. I don't remember that particular name, so what I can do, Ansible dash doc mysql underscore user. So this is the particular module, and here all these parameters I can use. So let me check the which one is mandatory. This is name, so name is the mandatory. So what I can do here, name is called the root, by default is the root user, and then I would like to set the password for the root user is called this is the password, but this is not the good way to write the password inside your playbook. I will let you know later on how you can protect this password as well. So here, so let's have a quick review. Here I have defined the variables. Here I'm installing the package. Here I'm copying my CNF file. Before copying the CNF file, I'm saying to my this particular task to notify this handler. So this handler will start the service. Then this is going to, you know, copy the my CNF file, and then it will restart. It will notify the restart underscore db underscore service handler and set underscore db underscore password handler. And these are the three handlers which you have defined above are defined here with the same name and same module. Let's see. Ansible playbook, syntax check. Yeah, look like good, could not match. Okay, db underscore server. Do I have here db server? Yes, db server. I think I need to check it here in my inventory. There is no db server, so let me go, and I'm just deleting this one, this one, this one, and here this one, this one, this one. I'm putting here db underscore servers, and here I'm just putting server1.example.com. So here if you check cat slash etc, sorry, my dot cnf, there is no line managed by Ansible which I have mentioned in my file, as well as this is the particular file is owned by the root. I have mentioned for this file ownership should be the MySQL, and when I use the MySQL command, I can see the prompt, so it should be protected. So let me go back to my Ansible node, and here if I do this, everything is fine, and let me run. Package has been installed. You can see running handler, and this unable to restart this service because journalctl, you need to check. Okay, let me check it here. Do I have the file? Yes, file is there. I think there is some, oh, this is the particular, you know, things has been missed. If you look like here, this is the section. Okay, it's my bad. Let me open this one, my CNF, and here there is a mistake, the section mistake. Okay, let me rerun this. Yeah, you can see it's copying this one, and now the handler restart db, and this is going to be done. And this is, if I rerun this one, if there is no change, none of the handler will run. You can see none of the handler is run. If there is a change, then handler will run. So you can check it here. This is the file, yes, managed by Ansible, and check the MySQL. This is the owner and group, and when you use the MySQL, it is asking the password -u root -p. What was the password? So I can grab the password from here. This was the password, and point it here. Oops. Using the password, yes, -p password, and password was this. Yeah, right. So you can see, so this way you can use the handlers. I hope the explanation and demonstration has clear your view. If you have any question, please comment on this video. I will see you in the next session. Thank you.